First up, our day's top focus story, the Pahalgam payback. Remember, justice has been served. Operation Sindoor has stunned Pakistan, and India has decided to break the back of terror, quite literally. 9 terror camps have been struck in just 25 minutes with precision. And the way, in fact, India went ahead carrying this entire operation is the largest message that is going out, that we have just decided to hit out at terror elements, terror camps, not people, not any military installations. This is India's most decisive strike, where India has avenged the death of 26 innocent civilians. First up is the response from the Raksha Mantri, followed by more voices.
जैसी कि आप सबको जानकारी है कि कल रात हमारी भारतीय सेनाओं ने अपने अद्भुत शौर्य और पराक्रम का परिचय देते हुए एक नया इतिहास रच दिया है। तो हम कह सकते हैं एक तरीके की सटीकता, सतर्कता और मानवीयता यह हमारी भारत की सेना के जवानों ने दिखाई है, जिसके लिए मैं हमारे सेना के जवानों और अधिकारियों को पूरे देश की ओर से मैं साधुवाद देता हूं। हमने केवल उन्हीं को मारा जिन्होंने हमारे मासूमों को मारा। हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी के मार्गदर्शन में हमारे भारत की सेना ने हम सभी भारतवासियों का मस्तक ऊंचा किया है।
Earlier this morning, as you would be aware, India exercised its right to respond and preempt as well as deter more such cross-border attacks. These actions were measured, non-escalatory, proportionate and responsible. They focused on dismantling the terrorist infrastructure and disabling terrorists likely to be sent across to India. You would also recall that the Security Council on 25th April 2025 had issued a press statement on the Pahalgam terror attack, underlining, and I quote, the need to hold perpetrators, organizers, financiers and sponsors of this reprehensible act of terrorism accountable and bring them to justice, unquote. India's latest actions should be seen in this context.
Through precision capability, as shown to you, a niche technology weapons with careful selection of warheads was ensured so that there will be no collateral damage. The point of impact in each of the target was a specific building or a group of buildings. All the targets were neutralized with clinical efficiency, and the results reiterate the professionalism of the Indian Armed Forces in the planning and execution of their operations. No military establishments were targeted. India has demonstrated considerable restraint in its response. However, it must be said that the Indian Armed Forces are fully prepared to respond to Pakistani misadventures, if any.
ऑपरेशन सिंदूर 22 अप्रैल को पहलगाम में हुए विभत्स आतंकवादी हमले के शिकार मासूम नागरिकों व उनके परिवारों को न्याय देने के लिए लॉन्च किया गया था। इस कार्रवाई में 9 टेररिस्ट कैंप्स को टारगेट किया गया और पूरी तरह से इसे बर्बाद किया गया। पाकिस्तान में पिछले 3 दशकों से टेरर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का निर्माण हो रहा है। इसमें रिक्रूटमेंट, इंडोक्ट्रिनेशन सेंटर्स, ट्रेनिंग एरियाज व लॉन्च पैड शामिल थे, जो पाकिस्तान और पाक अधिकृत जम्मू कश्मीर POJK दोनों में फैले हैं। इन लक्ष्यों का चयन विश्वसनीय इंटेलिजेंस सूचनाओं के आधार पर हुआ, ताकि आतंक गतिविधियों की रीढ़ तोड़ी जा सके, और यह खास ध्यान दिया गया कि निर्दोष नागरिकों और सिविलियन इंस्टॉलेशन को नुकसान ना पहुंचे।
Let's also tell you more about what has happened that has rattled Pakistan, and what really is the story of these particular 9 terror camps that have come under attack by India. Our colleague Vishnu Som decodes that for you.
The early hours of the morning, shortly after 1 a.m., is when India struck terror targets in Pakistan in the deepest strikes that India has ever carried out on targets in Pakistan since the 1971 war. 9 targets or broad areas were struck. Some of these had multiple points on them. India struck using cruise missiles, India struck using drones and a lot of other technology. This is where it all took place. Now, the areas on the north, some of them are along the line of control on the Pakistani side of the LOC. These are all the specific names of camps over there. So there are more than 20 specific camps over here. And this is in red, the line of control that you see. The line of control stretches down south. It becomes the international boundary. But further south, there is Murid in Pakistan, and even further south is Bahawalpur. Now, in terms of the strikes themselves, let's focus on Bahawalpur first. Bahawalpur is more than 100 kilometers west of the Punjab border. The fact that India chose to strike this far into Pakistani Punjab meant to send a strong signal. It's also the Jaish-e-Mohammed headquarters, which has been destroyed. Murid further up near Lahore, is another terror training center of the Lashkar-e-Toiba. Again, that has been destroyed. Several of the other areas have seen significant incursions of between 25 to 30 kilometers. So all along the line of control over here, incursions, by which I mean airstrikes of 25 to 30 kilometers across the line of control has taken place. And again, in this entire area, we have seen very intense artillery shelling, which has taken place shortly after the Indian strikes. There have been casualties on the Indian side. Some reports suggest upwards of 10 people, and our defense sources saying that India's counter-action has resulted in significant casualties on the Pakistani side as well. So that's where it's all taken place. This entire border and the line of control remains fairly tense.
And remember, as you hear everything that has been happening so far, what is the other side of the story? The other side of the story are the many people who lost their loved ones. Remember, 26 innocent civilians who were martyred in this dastardly attack when it comes to Pakistan. Clearly, a lot of them today say that this is just the beginning of that retribution that they waited for the longest time.
मेरे हस्बैंड ने ही वॉज इन द डिफेंस फोर्सेज एंड यू नो व्हेन ही हैड जॉइंड द डिफेंस फोर्सेज वो यही चाहता था दैट ही वांटेड टू प्रोटेक्ट द पीस इन दिस कंट्री ही वांटेड टू मेक श्योर दैट इनोसेंट लाइव्स आर नॉट गॉन इन दिस कंट्री ही वांटेड टू मेक श्योर दैट देयर इज नो हेट्रेड एंड टेरर इन दिस कंट्री एंड दिस ऑपरेशन signifies his spirit that there will terrorism, hatred will not be tolerated by the Indian government. ये नाम बहुत सही है क्योंकि इस इंसिडेंट की वजह से बहुत औरतों ने, बहुत बहनों ने, बहुत माँओं ने अपनी जान खोई है, अपना एक हिस्सा खो दिया है.
हम सब इस पल की प्रतीक्षा कर रहे थे और जो भी सरकार ने निर्णय लिया है वो योग्य लिया है और हमारी बस यही इच्छा है कि अभी जो भी ये संगठन है या ये जो ग्रुप्स है जो आतंकवादी हमले कर रहे हैं इनको पूरी तरीके से निकाल के मतलब ढूंढ के मार देना चाहिए और ख़त्म कर देना चाहिए.
उसे बहुत थैंक यू कहती हूँ कि उन्होंने मेरे पति की मौत का बदला लिया है. मैं बहुत छोटी हूँ, उन्हें कुछ भी कहने या नहीं कहने वाली, लेकिन हाँ, जिस तरीके से हमारे पूरे परिवार को उन पे विश्वास था, उन्होंने उसी तरीके से जवाब देके हमारे विश्वास को कायम रखा है. एंड आई एम रियली थैंकफुल.
हमें ऑपरेशन सिंदूर के बारे में न्यूज़ चैनल से मतलब हमारे परिवार वालों के कॉल आए हमें और तब पता चला कि भारत ने जो पहलगाम में हमला हुआ था उसके ऊपर आज उन्होंने रिएक्शन मतलब उनको उत्तर दिया है इसके बदले में एयर स्ट्राइक करके. पहले तो मिशन का नाम सुन के हम लोगों को बहुत मतलब मैं तो बहुत रो रही थी सुन के.
थैंक्स देना चाहता हूँ उसको, ये जो पाकिस्तान ये आपका टेररिस्ट ये अड्डा को मुँह तोड़ ये जवाब दिया है, काफ़ी डैमेज किया है. और अभी इंडियन ये फौजी वालों से भी मैं दरख्वास्त करूँगा सतर्क है क्योंकि पाकिस्तान वालों के भरोसा नहीं है कब वो फिर ये अंदर से फिर कब ये हमें नुकसान पहुंचाने के लिए उन लोग जो स्टेप लेंगे, तो सतर्क रहने के लिए उन लोग को भी मैं दरख्वास्त करूँगा. मोदी जी अभी जो स्टेप लिया है हमारे ये फौजी लोगों को ये मुँह तोड़ जितना भी आतंकवादी है उनको मुँह तोड़ जवाब देने के लिए जो स्टेप लिया मोदी मोदी को मैं थैंक्सफुल देना चाहता हूँ.
Harshal Lele, who is the son of Sanjay Lele, who lost his life in the cowardly attacks that took place on the 22nd of last month. India has finally retaliated, and let us try and understand from him on what are his initial reaction to this attack. Harshal, first of all, tell me, when did you get to know about the kind of reaction that India has given to Pakistan?
Yesterday midnight, I was awakened till late. I don't know why I was not able to sleep. My friend actually messaged me that are you awake? I said yes. So he told me to switch on the TV. So I got to know like that around 2 to 2:30 at that time.
Have you been awake for many nights in the last 15-16 days, or was it something special that made you keep awake last night?
I was awake for last 15-16 days during late night, but yesterday, previously I was sleeping but wasn't able to sleep. Yesterday, on my own I was awake. I was means I don't know why, but I didn't go to the bed. I was just kept scrolling the mobile. So maybe that was a sign for me that something is going to happen.
Harshal, everyone is talking about the sense of justice, right? That we have given justice to those who lost their lives. Do you think that this in any way completes the sense of justice?
Yes, it is a justice, but it will be my humble request to the government as well as all three departments that the operation should not stop here. This operation should continue to the point that there should not be a single terrorist left in the POK or even in Pakistan.
In the last 15 days, a lot of people were talking about what is the way in which India is going to retaliate. Is it going to be satisfactory, not satisfactory? Personally, you are the one who have lost the most as compared to any other countryman. Has the product been worth the wait for last 15 days?
Yes, it's worth. I was knowing that something is going to happen because all the meetings were continuously going on. We even stopped the river water. So I knew something was going to happen. But I would say that this should not be the end. This should be the beginning of the operation.
Okay, thank you so much.
And do remember, the Indian Army right now is very closely monitoring the ceasefire violations by Pakistan. The Chief of the Army Staff, General Upendra Dwivedi, is constantly in touch with local formations on the Pakistan Army's actions there. The formations have been given operational freedom to give an appropriate and a befitting reply to the Pakistan Army's use of artillery guns to target the civilians along the line of control. Pakistan has also earlier resorted to artillery shelling on civilian targets after the Indian Army last night did attack terror camps in the Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir using precision-guided special munitions. Now, you have a total of 9 targets that have been hit in a joint tri-services operation. Let's get you more details on what's been happening on Ground Zero and what is the preparedness.
One day after Operation Sindoor, and an escalation by Pakistan is very, very likely and possibly to be expected beyond the escalation that has already been taking place at the line of control here in the Uri sector, especially in Rajouri and Poonch in the Jammu division, as well as in Kupwara just north of where I am along the line of control. Now remember, several civilian deaths have already been reported both in Kupwara, that is in the Tangdar sector, and Rajouri Poonch. Here in the LOC Uri, there's been extensive shelling of forward villages, which I've been reporting from all day today, but miraculously no deaths, even though, however, I should say that there were some children who've lost limbs in the shelling who are being treated at an Anantnag hospital. The escalation from Pakistan's side has been all along the line of control using heavy artillery, so there is extensive damage. They have particularly targeted civilian villages, settlements, etc. The Uri town that we've just passed through is completely shut. There are very few people still there. People have gone out of their houses. They've moved far back towards Baramulla, or if they're able to do that, even to Srinagar. It's going to be a tense night tonight. I can tell you, because in village after village, after the shelling that took place last night, they believe that the pattern is that Pakistan will want to somehow demonstrate an even bigger hit back, and there could be worse shelling on the line of control. So we're going to be watching a very, very sleepless night here at the line of control in Uri.
All right, so we'll continue to track and get you more updates also on the other side of this very quick break. Welcome back. So on one side, we had the entire country talking of Operation Sindoor. On the other side were these nationwide mock drills. We've seen these massive mock drills that have happened across states. In fact, about 244 districts participated in this exercise, where you had all this amidst this heightened tension. But the idea was to prepare everyone for any kind of eventuality. On your screen are multiple images that we've seen through the day from different parts of the country. the first such exercise when it comes to civil defense mock drills since the year 1971. It entailed blackouts, it entailed evacuations, and also war sirens. Sit back and watch what our reporters figured out through the day on that story.
That is the air raid warning signal that's been sounded in Secunderabad. That is a sign that things are not normal and everyone needs to start acting according to earlier defined protocols. 12 different departments have come together to try and show people what a mock drill will look like and what they are expected to do. These are, of course, volunteers from the Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation. They may help remove this kind of a debris in case there is any kind of a collapse of a structure. There are bricks and other rocks that are there. That has to be moved before the forces can come in. There are 12 different departments that are getting together. This is, of course, a civil defense mock drill, and therefore it is this apartment complex that we are talking about that is going to be used as a demonstration. So if you turn and show this apartment complex where the demo will be done in case there is a fire on one of the top floors, what people are expected to do after that. Now, of course, they are all only watching what is happening as part of this drill. But in an emergency, the movement will be very different. You can see already that all different volunteers, the medical camp people are ready, the ambulances are ready, and they know what to do. The NCC volunteers are also part of this mock drill. Obviously, the younger generation has to be trained to do this. Tell us what the role of youngsters is going to be and what is NCC doing here?
Well, madam, since the establishment of NCC in 1948, we were raised with this purpose only, so that our services can be utilized in such difficult times of war. So we have today cadets from 3rd Telangana Battalion NCC, and we have undergone a mock drill. Actually, now the mock drill is taking place, but we are practicing it since the morning. It is nothing new to us. We are regularly trained for this. In fact, what I call it as, this is a refresher exercise.
Well, here, if we talk about in Delhi as well, the mock drill is currently going on. We are present at NDMC, and I'd like to show you that you can hear the siren currently, and the entire building of NDMC is now being evacuated. We are showing you in the visuals how the civil defense volunteers have reached here. There are, in fact, Delhi police officials also who are here, the Delhi Fire Services Department also here, and you can see that how, the employees, they are being evacuated currently from the building as a practice, as the mock drill practice, goes on here. So you can see all the employees from this building, huge building certainly, are being evacuated one by one as civil defense volunteers. They are going inside the building to evacuate them. We are showing you the visuals also currently. You can see the Delhi Fire Department officials also present in the building to ensure that all are evacuated safely. And in fact, we will like to show you the pictures also, visuals also from there. The Delhi Fire Department hydraulic machines have also been brought here, also that the rescue, the evacuation operation can go on smoothly. So the sirens have gone, and now you can see the visuals how the employees are being asked to leave the building one by one. The officials are currently engaged in this, be it the civil defense volunteers, be it in fact the Delhi police officials, and be it in fact the Delhi Fire Services. One by one, this huge building is being evacuated as the mock drill continues. Now we have seen that, amid this tension that is currently there, with the Pakistan, and especially after Operation Sindoor. Now, we are seeing here the visuals here that how, in fact, they've also put the tape here so that nobody can enter into the premises of the office as, the mock drill continues to go on. All this to ensure that the civilians here are well prepared if the tensions continue to escalate. Now, with camera person Pooja, this is Ishka Verma for NDTV.
The Ministry of Home Affairs briefed the state governments to conduct mock drills to check the preparedness of citizens and the civil defense here in Bengaluru, right outside the Fire and Emergency Services headquarters. you're looking at the teams conducting a mock drill of a rescue operation, going in an inflated boat to a small island, rescuing an injured person, and by the banks you're looking at multiple civil defense personnel using a stretcher to get this injured person from the boat towards an ambulance as soon as possible. This is once again, mind you viewers, a mock drill, especially in the light of the recent attacks that India have carried out on terror bases in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Such drills, of course, become very important over the course of the next 7 days or more. There will be multiple mock drills that will try and prepare the police, the civil defense, the fire personnel and any security personnel to really be prepared for any sort of eventuality. Air raid sirens, of course, are going to be blaring in different parts of Bengaluru, Karwar, Raichur, Mysuru and Mandya over the next few days. There's also going to be other forms of rescue operations in different places. Now here you can also see, of course, another boat that is also making its way here. That's once again emulating another rescue from a nearby island. They too will, of course, come in here towards the banks, where another team of the civil defense personnel with a stretcher will try and emulate another rescue operation. So this is an extensive mock drill that's being carried out. More importantly, we should note that, like I said, it's not just this particular form of rescue, but other forms of rescue as well, which will be simulated over the next few days to ensure preparedness of the police, preparedness of the civil defense, and more importantly of the citizens alike to respond to any sort of emergency situation that could come by, especially considering the fact that now it is a very active and volatile situation with Pakistan after India, of course, carried out those precision strikes in different parts of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir and Pakistan in itself. With video journalist Govind, this is Deepak Bopana for NDTV.